Hello, my name is Ivan. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 3 Ultimate Driving Simulation Machine. So fucking stupid. I apologize. Welcome back, everybody. This is your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. I'm terrible at impressions. And welcome back. We're playing some more of this. And last episode, pretty bad. Not only did we lose a race, forcing us to go back and do 2 of those now, but we also, you know, had no game audio, we had no voice audio, and my face cam thing totally didn't work. It just, like, stopped recording, and I didn't even realize it, so, yay. And now, as we go into race number 7, we're going to be going into that which I fear, which is the Seattle circuit, because it's the fucking Seattle circuit. Woo! So hopefully we can get a couple of wins here. What I'm anticipating to be our cycle here is it's going to be Seattle circuit and then probably special stage 11. Oh boy. Well, I mean, shoes full of horse cum, here we go. So, I mean, the nice thing here is that it is in regular orientation. If I had to do this thing backwards, I would be a lot more upset and scared about it. However, I think we have an okay chance to do this thing. As long as we don't do some of the stupid-ass things I did last episode where I was just taking corners like a fucking gobble-dampened fruit and dumb suit. Whatever the shit that even means. And, yeah, I think as long as we can do things effectively, we will win. And that's the key to everybody's life. If you do things effectively, you will pretty much always win. Unless you don't. Like the Cleveland Cavaliers. They did things fairly effectively, but not effectively enough to win. And so here we go. I think, and I mean, I'm assuming, I can already pretty much assume that at no point during this will this godforsaken Supra actually go and take the pits, because it seems like you, me, and Dupree over here, he doesn't like to do things the way that the Viper was doing it at any given point, so we're gonna have to just be really, really good. But hey, on the plus side, I mean, since I'm going to assume that everything's going to work out as far as, you know, the video and audio stuff, I can tell you the stories that I was trying to tell, you know, during the last episode before everything went totally belly up, and, you know, everything just dropped the kibosh on my ability to do, you know, standard storytelling fare. So we'll do that. So. One quick little thing is last week I definitely went and saw Wonder Woman with my fiance, and you know what? It was actually pretty good. I have to give it credit. Probably the best DC movie that has come out since the last Batman movie, and by that I do not mean Batman vs Superman. I mean like the actual last, you know, what, Dark Knight Rises, I think it was. You know, that one. The you know, not as good as the other two, but still way better than pretty much anything else they put out since then. So, I will say this: there were definitely still flaws in there. There were definitely still some parts, you know, in the story where it was slow, and you know, you're kind of having moments where you're like, come on, you can definitely speed up at any time, and I would not be mad. But I will say this: when the actual action scenes came in, there were definitely multiple times where I was just like, holy shit, man, this is fucking cool. I mean, fuck. Like, the acrobatic stuff that was going on in there, you're just like, damn. So, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. I would say if you're on the fringe about whether you want to see it or not, I would do it. But I wouldn't see it in 3D. I think if there's one area where they truly failed that movie, was that they really didn't optimize that in 3D at all. It wasn't a movie, it wasn't a 3D movie where, you know, anything really pops out at you. At least not that I can remember, which isn't a good sign. I mean, you know, you would think, you know, like moments where she used like the lasso, that it'd be, you know, there'd be times where she'd be swinging it and it would come out and you'd be like, oh wow, you know, kind of got up into me a little bit, or, you know, explosions, you'd be like, whoa, it's like right up in my face, and, you know, whatever. But instead it was just like, oh, well, this, you know, this movie's in 3D, I guess. It's like, oh, well, that tree looks nice in 3D, and, well, the water looks pretty good in 3D, and oh, that explosion looked just like a regular explosion. So I say if you're gonna go see it, just see it in standard definition. Save yourself the extra $5 or $6 or whatever the fuck it is that they want you to pay. So there's that. So so after that, after I went home and I was my fiance was driving back home as well. I was just kind of perusing around on Reddit just to see, what the soup du jour was, see if there's anything cool that I had missed on throughout the day. And in the Pix Reddit, the PICS, not PIX, because this is not 2001 where people feel like they need to, substitute C's with X's just because it's 2001, man. The X's are fucking cool. Everything's gotta have an X in it. It's either gotta have an X or it's gotta have a Z. Oh, Z's, yeah. Pixases. So that was unnecessary. So in that Reddit, this person posted a photo and it said, "Holy shit!" It's like something to the extent of, "Holy shit! I got this as change from a store, and I didn't even know these existed," or something like that. And when I saw the picture, my first reaction was, "Holy shit, man! These things were even real? Damn!" And what it was this person went to probably like a convenience store or something, and they went to go buy their extra, they probably went to buy like their double gulp of Mountain Dew Code Red or whatever, and they pay with cash, and they get back this coin, and dead fucking serious, it was a 1939 Deutsche Reich like Nazi quarter, or it was the size of a quarter, so we'll call it a quarter. I don't know what they would have, called it back then. So, but yeah, it was just literally like like an actual, Nazi Germany coin. I didn't even know they even minted Nazi Germany coins. I just, for some reason in my head, I had always thought that, they probably would have just used, and this is totally flawed thinking, by the way. I would have thought that they just would have, had just regular, German money that didn't have, Nazi symbols and propaganda slathered all over it. But, because and I feel like a lot of people probably fall into this a little bit, is that I feel like a lot of people think that Nazi Germany was like just World War II and that it didn't go on for numerous years before that, because, building that whole thing up. And so, it just, I don't know, it just like slipped my mind. I just wouldn't have thought that, that would have been a thing. But hey, what better a way to consistently keep driving, the Nazi Germany moniker into your citizens' heads, quite like having it slathered all over their money. So, that's the thing. But yeah, dude, it was a really creepy sight to behold, but like super cool at the same time, because it had and by me saying that it was cool does not mean that I'm like, signing on to, oh, I'm gonna be a fucking Nazi now. I'm gonna be the 2017 Mexican Native American Nazi man. Dun 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 dun. And oh boy, I have a feeling somebody's probably gonna like take a screenshot of me or something and then put like Nazi clothes on me, and that's gonna be its own fucking trip through hell or whatever. But it had like the eagle with like the weird wreath thing under it, and then the Nazi swastika thing right in the middle of that, and it just said Deutsche Reich 1939 on it with a 2. So I'm assuming it was probably like $2 or 2 Deutsche marks or whatever currency they were using at the time. I can't remember the actual name of it. Come on, baby, we got to get through one more corner. All I need is one more corner. All I need is one more. Yes, yes. We have defeated them on the nemesis track. I don't know why I had to lean down for that, but I did it. Because, like, the standings were getting a little weird there. They really were. I mean, we were only ahead by 9 points, so this is a good thing to kind of restore a little bit of order here. It still, marks only 2 races that I have to go back and do, thank God. And we're getting close to 1,000,000 creds. I think we will actually get to that point by the time we get to the end of this little championship deal. So, yeah, and like, here's my other thing about this whole Nazi coin thing, is imagine how that person had to have reacted. Like, the other question too is like, when did they notice that they had gotten that? You know, I think that's another question worth asking. At what moment? I'm gonna do a qualifying lap for this, by the way. I feel like that's a valuable thing to do. Like, imagine, at what point did they know? Did they really hit that realization in their brain that, you know, that they had come across a Nazi coin? Like, did it happen? Did it happen like directly after? Did it happen like directly after he got the change? He or she got the change? Was it one of those, you know, one of those moments where he's like, "Hey, sir or madam, you gave me something that wasn't actually a quarter. You gave me a Nazi coin, so can I get like a regular quarter for that?" No. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just go and put this into my own coins that I can't exchange for regular currency collection that I'm gonna start building. So, but yeah, like, was it that, or did the person find out when they got home and they just, you know, took all their coins out of their pants and threw it on the bed before, you know, drinking the entire double gulps worth of Mountain Dew before they ended up, you know, eventually soiling themselves, and then their parents threw them out of the house because they were an embarrassment. You know, did they notice it then? They're like, "Oh my God, I think I'm a Nazi. The Nazis made me piss my bed!" Ah! So there's that. That was also a thing. So there's that. Other really, this was actually the really cool part of my weekend though. On Saturday, I was working with my parents, and on Saturday I got to work with my mom and dad because it was order day, and so, you know, my dad had to be at the store so we could, you know, get all the stuff so that, you know, there's actually things for me to sell to people. You know, kind of an important thing for any purveyor of goods to do. God damn it, this guy is getting all up in my shit. And I'm not even actually doing the thing yet. I'm not even actually doing the real qualifier lap yet, and that's the other part that sucks. So we're sitting there working, and you know, where we work very close to Salem Airport, and so every once in a while, I mean, you can see cars, yeah, flying cars, the Jetsons cars regularly come to the Salem Airport to drop off people. So, you know, everyone, like, a lot of the time you'll be able to, you know, you can look out the window and you'll see planes going in and out, and every once in a while you can hear them, and so, you know, you kind of pop your head out the door and be like, ah, there we go. That's kind of cool looking. And so we're working, and we had the door open because it was really, really nice out, and, you know, otherwise it would have been really stuffy inside of the store. And so, you know, we just did that, and all of a sudden we heard this very, very distinct plane engine, you know, in the distance, and it caught my dad's attention first. And he's like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I heard a plane out there." He's like, "No, did you hear that?" I was like, maybe not in the way that you heard it." He's like, "We need to go outside real quick." He's like, "If it's what I thought I heard, then, oh man, that's gonna be awesome." And so we went outside, and we looked straight up, and no shitting all over my own pants and then smearing it on the camera here. Dead serious. We looked straight up, and we saw a classic P-51D Mustang fighter plane just flying overhead. It was super fucking cool. And he's like, it's exactly what I thought it was. And he's like, "Wow, look at that, it's so cool." My dad loves old warplanes. He's a big history buff, and so he loves stuff like that. And I do too. I love getting to see cool stuff like that. And so when I got to see that, I was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen one of those in person before." And as it goes by, like a good 15 seconds later, we saw another plane go by. Oh, holy shit, we had a great lap. Look at that. 4 seconds better. We're going to get pole position. This is super important. Awesome. Great. Grand. Wonderful. No yelling on the bus. Let's go. So with that, we look up again because we heard another plane coming by. And dead serious, right after that P-51D Mustang, we saw this fucking awesome Lockheed P-38, a P-38 Lightning, which is another classic warplane. And he's like, "Oh my gosh." He's like, "This is so cool." What do they have these planes out for today? It's like, I've never seen these things flying out around here before. And so we later found out from somebody that had actually just come from there that they were doing, like a little mini air show at the airport because they were doing like this special fundraiser sort of thing. Because I guess what they're doing is up in Portland. There's like an air museum up there. It's not an actual museum of air, where it's God no, you motherfucker. Ugh. It's okay. That's not going to ruin the race. We should be able to to dig out of that. But god damn it, he literally me'd me just now. He bumper carred me. That was pretty fucked up. That's okay. We will have our revenge. We're coming at him right now to, drive up next to him and have him roll down his window just so I can verbally assault him. But yeah, I guess there's like an air museum up in Portland, and they have up there. Oh god, don't spin out, thank you. And up there, they have a classic B-17 bomber that they were disassembling it and trying to bring it, down to Salem, down to the Salem Airport, because they're apparently building like a World War II, airplane museum kind of thing. But what they also want to do is they want to be able to restore that B-17 bomber back to full flying condition. And that is a process that costs a lot of money. I mean, just stratified thousands of dollars to be able to do something like that. And so, they were doing this air show to help raise money for it. And man, it was so cool to be able to see those planes, with my own eyes, in person for once, instead of just, seeing them on, documentaries on TV or, seeing pictures and all that stuff. Because when the P-38 and the P-51 Mustang were, a couple of the most, critical airplanes used in wars in our history. The P-51 Mustang, actually, for those of you that are, that are really big on, on war stuff, the P-50 or just, that don't know necessarily. In Saving Private Ryan, in the last big battle there, where everybody's getting just totally annihilated, and that Tiger tank is getting ready to come across the bridge, and they're just about ready to get wiped out. When that Allied plane just shows up out of nowhere and just fucking woo, and just bombs the living shit out of that Tiger tank and blows it up, and then everybody retreats, and we end up winning that battle. That was a P-51D Mustang, and that was the one that Miller, he actually nicknamed those planes, was it the Angels Beneath Our Shoulders, I think it was. I think I may have the exact name a little bit off, but I think it was like the Angels on Our Shoulders, or the Angels Beneath our shoulders, or like the angel wings beneath our something involving angel wings and shoulders. We'll put it that way. But yeah, dude, super cool. I used to have a whole bunch of different like little different model planes of those, and I don't know what happened to them. I think I must have lost them when I moved when I was a kid or something. Other really cool thing involving old American warplanes was, and for those of you that love Star Wars, you're gonna love this little piece of trivia, is in Return of the Jedi, the Stormtrooper speeder bikes, the engines for those speeder bikes was actually created by meshing. Oh boy, here he is back in asshole form. The engines for those speeder bikes was actually created by meshing the engine sounds of a P-51D and a P-38 Lightning together. So it's actually those exact same two warplanes just melded together to help make the sounds for those. And that was so cool. When I read that, I was like, you're fucking kidding. I'm gonna have to actually like go back and watch a scene where I can hear that, because the P-51D has such a distinct sound. It's just like this really deep and kind of, I don't want to say like guttural sort of sound. I feel like that's the wrong way of describing it, but it's one that when you hear it right away, you'd know it. They use this really they use the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine in those, and it had a very special sound to it. And that's one that my dad, as soon as he heard it, he's like, I know what that is. He's like, I definitely know what that is. As opposed to the P-38, which was a much larger plane, but was actually, you know, strangely and miraculously a lot quieter. It was a remarkably quiet plane, you know, considering its size. So, you know, super, super cool. I really, it was a great moment that I got to spend with my dad, which I think was also really cool. And my mom was definitely enjoying it a lot too. She loves old war stuff like that, just about as much as we do. But she didn't actually get to come out and see him with us because she was helping customers. We didn't have just people inside the store that they're like asking, asking about products, and we're just like, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna go run outside and look at these old warplanes. You can just sit there and continue, shitting your pants, or, having weird, disgusting menstrual cycles, or, continuing to have gangrene on your penis, or having weird diabetic erectile dysfunction, whichever one you choose. Okay, here we go. We're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. It's getting a little rough right now. I'm gonna kind of get into that moment right now where I'm gonna start getting into, no talking mode for myself, because this is literally, I think, out of all the races that are left to do, this is the one that I want to lose the least, just because it's so long, and it's one that we worked really hard to get that pole position, that we magically just totally slayed everybody in it, by the way. Which, speaking of Slade, Teen Titans, Slade, the big antagonist of that show, I absolutely did not know. No, don't do that. Oh God, I absolutely did not know that Slade is actually just Deathstroke. I totally I never made that connection until I was until I watched it was a Watch Mojo video about the origins of Deathstroke. And they definitely said his name's fucking Slade Wilson. And he actually was Slade in Teen Titans. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. How did I not make that connection? I always thought that that Deathstroke and Slade's costumes were eerily similar, but just different enough that I never put two and two together that they were the same fucking person. I was just like, you motherfuckers, you. But that makes that show so much cooler to me. Oh, so he's gonna pit in on the last lap. All right, baby, we got to get through. Wow! Oh no! Here he is, trying to make his move, huh? We're gonna do one of these little marathons for the last lap. God, why? Why does it have to start happening now? Why? Oh no! It's both of them. Oh no! This is almost worse. This is borderline worse than just dealing with the Viper when he came out of nowhere. And we have a whole lap where we have to try to hold these guys off and have a magical last stand. Oh no! Oh, I hate this. I hate this with such a burning. Ah! Ow! Oh God, that was close. That was really close. Oh no. Okay, this is an opportunity right here. Hey, cool. All right. Oh boy, dude, this is such a crazy cat and mouse thing right now. I hate it and I love it. I love that we're having. Oh, don't you dare! Okay, bounce off the wall. Bounce off the wall. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not like super okay with it, but I'm okay enough with it. Oh, that was a good corner. Oh, that was a really good corner. I needed that. Come on, baby, come on. No. Oh God. Oh boy. I need to edge him right here. Huh! Oh, come on, baby. Oh boy, that definitely was not a very smart move. Oh no! How did he recover from that? You've got to be kidding me. We're gonna get the win. We're gonna get the win, and that was weird. How did he recover from that so easily? I ran into him going about 135 miles an hour, and he was just like, boom! He's like, all right, whatever. I'll still be right behind you. Woo! Boy, if that last sequence on that little tiny thing there, if that would have gone over any different, that Supra would have gone right by me and we would have lost. Woo! Oh, man. Never a dull moment with these. Oh, 69, fucking, I'm gonna wear sunglasses inside, and I'm gonna wear a fucking Von Dutch hat, and Alright. Is Von Dutch even still a brand anymore? Like, that was like, you know, the brand if you were like a metrosexual dude and kind of a douchebag in high school. That was like the thing. And so, but I don't even know if that's even like a company anymore. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. That's not really a conversation we need to have right now because we are out of time, my friends. It was a little bit longer of an episode than I had planned on, but we still got the 2 wins that we desperately needed to have on 2 tracks that I really wanted to have them on. So, when we come back, wow, with all 3 cars there with 952. When we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we have 2 races left. We have Grand Valley Speedway, and we have Tokyo R246, and oh boy, can't wait for that. So you guys take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Take it easy.